Our specialties are basically, I think, our baby backs, and we do a great beef brisket, pulled pork sandwich, all the traditional southern meats. However, I think that you'll find that even our burgers, right down to our salads, are exceptional. It's very simple, we just use fresh ingredients. We had a very tight budget when we first started, and I decided all my money is going to go into the food. If sometimes service is casual, it's because all the money goes into the food. If you're a foodie, there's just no compromise to that. What makes our ribs special is that we brine or marinate almost every product we use. We don't boil and bake, they won't fall off the bone. They are very tender, however. They're tender with a tug, I like to say. Our staff is a representation of every age, every race, every economic scale, and they all work here because they know we're doing something special.
So Nathan, apparently Bo knows barbecue. Tell us why you chose Fat Willy's.
Oh my lord. It is the barbecue of the gods. I contend that it is the finest brisket in the entire world. And I challenge anybody to contradict me on there.
I'm going to have to challenge you because I didn't have the brisket, but okay, go.
The brisket is
because you never tasted my mother Sophie's.
Yeah, well, I mean that's
and nobody
true.
makes brisket like Sophie.
And I went to a cousin's wedding, and the only thing I remember about it was how fantastic the brisket was. And I think this brisket was even better. It's moist, it's tender, it's succulent. They have these caramelized onions that are just fantastic. You know, it marinates for a long time. It's perfect brisket. I have not had better brisket anywhere else. It's my favorite restaurant in all of Chicago.
I'm going to go back specifically to the brisket, and if it's not good, you're going to end up paying for it.
Well, it's not even that expensive either. I mean, you can get a fantastic brisket sandwich, you know, for $10 or so. And you know, their steak fries are great. I mean, they basically do everything well. I can't really think of anything that I don't like about Fat Willy's.
Well, the owner, Bo, who's of Korean descent, her family lives in North Carolina now, but she had no experience in barbecue, and she kind of sort of tasted her way through North Carolina, so she's actually doing a very much Southern style where it's brine and bake. And so she says, you know, I like to do things and I like to follow protocol, but I like to put my own special touch on it.
I feel bad because you guys all know like the owners of your restaurants and stuff, and I'm a horribly, you know, antisocial, and that I haven't even, you know, I barely talk to my wait staff, let alone the people who own or run the restaurant.
And at the top of the menu, on the upper right-hand corner, it says, when, you know, we marinate our meat overnight and we cook it slowly over wood ovens, and when it's gone, it's gone.
They had some really creative dishes there.
Totally
I have to admit that I didn't expect.
I started off with a spring salad, and it was so surprising. The dressing I had was a blackberry vinaigrette.
Oh,
I mean, who would ever think at the Rib Shack to
Yeah,
have that? So it was really good. I had a half order of I think they're called short ribs, and they were so crunchy on the top. I'm not like a really big rib eater, but I definitely would recommend it for a, you know, once in a while high-calorie splurge.
Yeah, definitely. Not health food.
I had my usual chicken, and my date, Kathy, had ribs. The ribs were terrific. The sauce was every bit as well.
Yeah, they do
advertised.
fantastic barbecue sauce. The barbecue sauce is so good that, you know, I kind of hope that they would bottle it and then sell it, you know, mass market it, because it's that good.
They serve their barbecue sauce warm, which is an interesting touch.
They do. I appreciate it. And they've got, you know, the hot barbecue sauce and then, you know, the less hot barbecue sauce. And I've got kind of a wimpy stomach, so I appreciate, you know, having the. But no, it's very, very good.
I have to tell you, I'm a big believer you don't discuss three things at a table. It's religion, politics, and barbecue, because you're about to start a fight. People are very passionate about barbecue, whether it should fall off the bone, whether you should have, you know, gnaw off the bone, chewy. I mean, it is an extremely contentious issue.
Yeah. But for me, you know, this place is nothing short of transcendent. Like every dish they do, they find some interesting new twist to it. I had as my appetizer, I had chili, and it's fantastic chili.
To, you know, expand upon the creativity of each dish, the baked beans, I think there are 7 different types of beans in the baked beans, and they were really good.
They had some really creative desserts there, and everybody was having a really good time. And I had a great waitress. She was adorable. I wasn't comfortable in that I didn't have any earrings or tattoos, and I didn't really fit in with, you know, the eclectic crowd, but they didn't chase me out.
Yeah.
So I said, okay.
Did you sit outside?
No,
Yeah,
it was a little cool, but they did have nice tables out there and a lot of tables.
We decided to eat outside, and you know, we sat on these white tables, like totally ethnic group of people around us, really young crowd, lots going on, lots of traffic, lots of foot traffic. Across the street is the theater, and lots of foot traffic around us. It was a really nice evening.
Yeah, my waitress had a nose ring and platform shoes.
And
it was very funky and it was very, very nice.
I never thought of going to a restaurant called Fat Willy's, but I guarantee I'll be back.
That's really fun.
And it's funny because a few years ago, I think they've expanded a lot. And a few years ago, they were a lot smaller and they were a lot more like just a plain old rib shack. Whereas now they've expanded and it's a lot bigger. And yeah, they have an interesting kind of funky postmodern design.
One of the nice things about it, believe it or not, that if you do come from an out of the neighborhood, the parking was $1 and you park across the street. People don't get intimidated by that. They want to come back. So not only was the food good, the service was good, the sauces were very much as advertised. You can go there and not have to feel like you got to walk 3 blocks in order to get there.
Well, Nathan, Fat Willy's was your selection. Give us a summary.
The best brisket in the entire world. I can't rave about it enough. That's it. Right. It's great.
Laura Lee?
I thought it was a really fun place with really good food for a nice trip into the city.
And Fred?
I thought the food was good. I thought the service was terrific. I'm going to get a tattoo that says born to kill and fit right in with the eclectic crowd, but I guarantee I will be back. It was that good and kind of surprising.
And I think I'll get a tattoo that says Fat Willy forever.
Well, you can try the ribs, brisket, and all the fixins' at Fat Willy's, 2416 West Schubert, 773-782-1800. Open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Reservations are not accepted. And the average dinner tab per person without drinks is $15.